Which of the following option shows the correct sketch as well as a solution to the simultaneous equation using graphical technique? Okay, so there are four diagrams here. Okay, and we need to identify which one gives the correct answer, correct option. Okay, that shows a correct sketch as well as a solution to the simultaneous equation using graphical technique. So of course, the graph has been sketched accurately. So the first quickest way to do this question would be to look at the point of intersection. This is where both the graphs are, both the straight lines are cutting each other or intersecting each other. So if you look at this, the scale is 5 units to 5 squares to 1 unit. Therefore, each of the unit must be 0.2. So after 1, there is a one of the squares, so that should be 1.2. So the x coordinate should be 1.2. So this graph A so far seems to be right because it's intersecting at x equals to 1.2 and the solution is given as x equals to 1.2. Let us look at the second one, which is also x is equals to 1.2. So far B is also possible because the x coordinate of the point of intersection, because this is your x-axis, right? So that's 1.2. How about the third equation, third diagram? So this is 1.2, but look at here, okay? It's given as x is equals to negative 2.4. Straight away we know that this cannot be the answer because it's not intersecting at x is equals to 2.4. So this is definitely wrong answer. So we can eliminate C out of the possible answer. Now let's look at D now. So if you look at once again the x-intercept, which is the x coordinate of the point of intersection is 1.2 still, but here the answer says x equals to 2, and therefore this is also not the correct answer. So let's cross it out. So now we are left with either A or B as the option. Now let's check the y coordinates and see, okay, if any of them can be eliminated again. So if you look at this, the y coordinate is 2.4 because this is 5 squares to 2 units. Of course, each of the square is going to become 0.4, 0.8, 0.1.2, 1.6 and so forth. So each of these little squares represent 0.4. So one square after the 2 would become 2.4. So the y coordinate of the point of intersection should be 2.4. Of course, this graph still seems to be right. Let's look at the second one. Oh, this is also 2.4. So obviously we cannot be using just the point, accuracy of the points of intersection to determine whether it's A or B. That's the correct answer. Now let's go to the sketch of the diagram. Now here if you look, the graph is given as y equals to 2x. It's a positive gradient of 2, and of course it should be upslope, right? So if you look at this, it's supposed to be going upslope. But however, if you look at this line, it seems to be coming down. It's downslope. So therefore, we can see that this cannot be right. Okay, so this sketch is wrong. And therefore, we know right away A is not the possible answer. And also, if you look at the y plus 3x equals to 6, if you throw the plus 3x over to the other side, it should give you minus 3x. So of course, a negative 3 would have been the gradient. And if negative 3 was a gradient, this line should be a downsloping line, but here it is drawn as an upsloping line. Therefore, this graph is also wrong. Therefore, option A is definitely incorrect. Okay, so that of course leaves us with option B as a correct answer. But anyway, just to confirm, let's verify. Y equals to 2x, of course, is upslope. Yes, it's going up, and when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. So it passes through the origin 0, 0. So this graph is definitely correct because when x is 1, y is 2, because 1 times 2 would be 2, of course. So this graph is very accurate. So y equals to 2x is drawn as such. Now if you go to the second graph here, so if you throw the plus 3x over to the other side, it should become minus 3x, right? So it should be a negative sloping graph, so it is definitely coming down. And of course, when x is equals to 0, y should be 6. So you can see when x is 0, y is 6. Therefore, your y-intercept at 6 is also correct. Therefore, this graph is also right. Hence, option B is the correct answer.